Hi all, welcome to episode number 14 of the Trading to Glory. We're going to be showing off how the informed stacking up is starting to pay off. Is it working? Is it not? That is the big question. So if we can smash the likes would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at GTheLegend. All links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. And comment down below if you've been doing any trading like lately. What have you been focusing your coins on? Has it been paying off? Has it not been? And hopefully we can help you out in a sense here. So our main focus, if you have seen my Discord or any Discord or Twitters, is informs. We just focus so heavily on them. And I will admit, some of the informs that we have got in the club are overspends because we have been trading. I slipped up in a sense with some of the informs that we bought. The likes of Keylor Navas. We bought him cheaper, like we bought ones at like 15, 20, 25k, but we listed them back up at the times when they were like 40 odd k, and we were like wanting the profits. That's the way we were looking at it. Navas now is like jumps between 28 and 33k, but regardless, I'm not complaining at 30k. I'm happy to just sit and wait, let the dust settle and take it from there. But each inform will go through in the background, so gives you an idea of what we've spent and who we've bought. Like, just to say, Ibra now, we have Ibra's like one card that I probably will take the hit on him. Like, I might try and get cheaper ones. I'll try and see what I can find. But every inform I try and always buy at like the lowest possible price. If the inform goes for 25k, I want it at 20. If it goes for 20, I want it for 15. If it's at 15, I want it for 10. And I honestly mean that. I will genuinely try and work my socks off to get it as low as possible. It might take me 5 minutes, could take 5 hours, but not really 5 hours. I tend to give up after like the most time I tend to spend on one inform is like 20 minutes. Like, I don't try and spend more than 20 minutes on an inform, because then you get tedious. But at the same time as well, you want to be jumping between informs. You want, if there's say like Hydreki, if there's like whoever, if there's like 2 or 3 good informs, and you say, well, I could add these guys to the watch list, and then it helps you out determine, oh, I could get this guy now because I've maybe added him at the watch list. And you might add like 3 or 4, but then you're maybe you watch like 2 or 3 or 3 or 4, depending on how it plays out. Like, the biggest problem is for me, well, I've got a lot of these informs for dirt cheap, even though when they go out of packs, like some I have overspent a little, like Koscielny, Navas, who else have I kind of really overspent on from this like first few pages? There's not too many, like I will admit, but like I keep my sheet with all my prices. So I've got the name of the card, the overall rating, the current price, the price that I bought at, the current price now, the profit before tax, profit after tax, and I just kind of, and then it allows me to kind of break everything down. So that way I can say, right, this inform is selling for 15k, I paid 10.5, I am now sitting on like a 3.8k profit, or what, 3.7k profit, whatever it may be. And it allows me to kind of do all those, the sheet has all kind of like, I've got it worked out, which is kind of handy. And like, there's some good deals in here. There is some like deals that I'm happy with. And like some folk would say, but gee, the informs this year aren't really developing a use. And I will be honest, they aren't developing a use yet. That is kind of the way I'm looking at it. They've not got a use yet. I'm hoping soon they do. That's the way I'm looking at it. They need to develop a use soon. Whatever that, like the use usually would assume could be something like Footmas or some sort of promotion that needs a constant flow of informs. So like, if say for Footmas, if every player SBC, or say that if we do get player SBCs, for example, say 2 of the 3 need 3 informs, like, or 4 informs, because we might say the cheap one, you might need no informs generally, but you might need 1, depending on the player. say the middle tier option could be 1 inform, maybe 2, and then maybe the expensive option could be between 1 to 3 informs or 4 informs. That's when suddenly your supply, if you're someone that's got 100 informs, if you were to sit down and say, right, well that's 12 player SBCs, and you're suddenly maybe looking at 3 informs a day, that's, or 4 informs, in fact make it 4, make it easy. So we've got 4 informs a day, 4 or 5 informs a day, and I love how I've went up from 3 to 5, that's kind of hilarious, but with 4 to 5 informs a day, you're suddenly looking at 48, 60 informs that need kind of, if the players are worth going for, that supply suddenly gets chipped away. So like for me, in that point, I may be like 200 informs deep by then. So my 200 informs, I may suddenly be like, well, do I sell these informs because they're now, instead of being 15k, they're now 18k or 20k? It becomes, these guys become either much more usable to kind of encourage me to sell, but at the same time I'm of the mindset where I still have no desire to sell. That's, for me, to be honest, I have no real reason to sell these informs because 1, they are an investment, 2, it's where my coins are getting kept, and also I know I can keep building up coins, whether it be through rivals, squad battles, weekend league if I opt to do it, and then also being able to sit down and just trade. Like if I know I can just trade with informs, I can bulk it back up. If I do a bit of bronze pack method, if I end up getting spares of players that suddenly go for like 3,000-4,000 coins, it suddenly can pay off the difference. And plus, if you have SBCs, and if I've got like my transfer list pile that constantly keeps building up, then the way I look at it, if I've got a transfer list full that's maybe like 100k worth of players or 200k worth of players, that suddenly then, you know, you're always never going to be short of coins, and that's the way I'm looking at it. And if I know that I'm not really short of coins because I've got that much invested into informs, plus the informs that we're buying, depending by say February, March, there could be upgrades for some of these cards, like McGinn, Grealish, I'm trying to think of like Madison, other players that are like your 80s, 81s, 82s, 83s, they may suddenly go, your 81s may become 82s or 83s, your 83s might become 84s, like Slimani for example, he's 80 rated as an inform. His inform may suddenly go 82, 83, 84, and you're like, depending on how it plays out for him, you'd be like, oh, if he suddenly goes up +2 or +3 as an inform, your 9k investment suddenly might become, by default, he might go to like 10k, 10.5k, and you know right away, but because of the upgrade, he may suddenly become a 15, 18, 20k card, and you're like, oh great, I was only getting 12 or 13 initially at 80 rate, but suddenly because he's up 3 ratings, I'm suddenly getting 5 to 7k more, which I wasn't accounting for. And it's simple, small things like that. Plus the discard informs, I'm not really too fussed, because even if I sold them, they'd probably give me like 10 or 11k, and like I can be like, well, I've only spent 9, I'm getting a couple k back, I'm not complaining. And most of the time as well, as we've said, we're mostly focusing on club value. That's kind of where we want to focus on club value, but we want to also just kind of get through the the trading of the actual game itself, to the point where we're like, right, if we need to sell off everything to suddenly give us some coins, then we're laughing. That's the way I want to look at it. But the way I'm hoping this all plays out, we can kind of just continually keep building up our coins, and that these informs will develop a use, and they will go up in value to the point where I'm happy. Like Semedo, for example, I ain't going to use. Like, I probably won't use him, and I won't sell him. If I was to sell him, I'm hoping and praying it's like where he's like extinct or something, and he's like 200k or 300k, whatever it may be, and I'm like, well, I've got him. and I'm one of the few folk that has that card. But we'll see how everything plays out. As I said, we will get through all of this pretty quickly, where we're showing the depth improvement of the informs to show you where we're making the progress, and hopefully this gives you an idea of where we're putting our coins, and it just kind of shows you how kind of mental I am in a sense for doing it. But if we could smash the likes, it would be awesome, folks. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter @GIsLegend. Comment down below if you've been doing this. Smash the likes always, folks, and I'll catch you all later.